In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. He was there in paradise with Adam and Eve. He was there with Noah in the great flood. He was there with Abraham when he was chosen. Abraham, I will make you a father of many nations. He was there when Moses led our people out of Egypt.
I will be with you.
Lord! God is with us!
In the struggle for the promised land, he was always by our side.
Jerusalem, our new home.
He was the light, shining in the darkness. Then, he came into the world.
Number 10. The Watchers. The Watchers appear multiple times throughout various books of the Bible. In the book of Daniel, the Watchers are holy ones who reside in heaven. Daniel described how a Watcher told him the evil king Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon would eat grass and go insane. However, in the Book of Enoch, an apocalyptic text that isn't considered biblical canon, the Watchers are fallen angels. Enoch describes how a group of angels known as Watchers are tasked with watching over humanity. These angels were not so holy after all. As they observe human society grow, they become jealous and full of lust. They begin desiring human women, and at the behest of their leader, the angels start procreating with them. These angels, sent by God to simply watch humanity, become intermingled with human females. They then go on to create half-human and half-angelic beings known as the Nephilim. This is where things in the Earth's history start to take a dark turn. The creatures called the Nephilim are hardly holy and not even close to human. They become savage giants that storm across the globe, pillaging and killing, endangering humanity. Taking pity on their offspring, the Watchers then agree to teach the Nephilim and the humans forbidden knowledge. They train the humans in things like sorcery, advanced technology, weaponry, and other wonders they would later use for evil. Eventually, the world is thrown into such chaos because of the lustful angels that God is forced to bring about the Great Flood. God purges the world of the Nephilim and saves only Noah so that the entire human race isn't obliterated. At the same time, God takes the Watchers and binds them in the valleys of the earth, where they are supposedly still waiting for Judgment Day. Number 9. Samyaza. Samyaza is an evil angel whose name roughly translates to the infamous rebellion. He has been compared to Satan, although most Christian texts agree they were not the same being. Instead, Samyaza was just another of God's fallen angels who rebelled against heaven and gave forbidden knowledge to humanity. Samyaza was the leader of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, and he was responsible for allowing them to breed with humans. Samyaza orders the rebelling angels to meet atop Mount Hermon, according to the Book of Enoch. This is where they begin their secret society of 200 evil angels, which are sometimes known as the Grigori. Samyaza names himself the chieftain, forsakes his allegiance to heaven, and he, along with the other Watchers, bind themselves to their treachery. They agree to do whatever it takes to satisfy their carnal desires, and they have their way with the humans. We already know that the Watchers gave their forbidden knowledge to humanity, but it was Samyaza behind the whole thing. He began an era of domination, and with Samyaza as their leader, the fallen angels and their offspring took over the world. They exploited and murdered the ordinary humans God had created because they weren't part angel. In the Book of Giants, Samyaza is described as fathering Oya and Haya, a pair of Nephilim. In the same book, Samyaza suffers a different fate than in the Book of Enoch. After he and his sons battle the Leviathan, they are defeated by the 4 punishing angels who slay them for their treachery against God. Number 8. Arakiel. Arakiel is the second to be mentioned of the 20 leaders of the 200 Watchers depicted in the Book of Enoch. The leaders were tasked with keeping law and order over the rest of the fallen angels. Enoch describes Arakiel teaching the humans the signs of the earth, which most historians have interpreted as geomancy. In ancient days, people believed the future could be seen if one could only understand the patterns of the earth. For example, oracles could throw a handful of dirt on the ground, look at the lines and textures, and immediately understand events that were soon to come. This was the forbidden magic called geomancy, which Arakiel passed along to the humans. However, not much else about this fallen angel is known, other than that he lived during the days of the patriarch Jared, the father of Enoch, who described the events in his writings. Jared lived for 962 years, in the days when the angels of the Lord descended to the earth. Surprisingly, he isn't only a figure in the wildly controversial Book of Enoch, he's also mentioned in the Book of Genesis and the apocryphal Book of Jubilees. Number 7. Kokabeel. Kokabeel is another despicable watcher who ruined the world of men. His name translates to Star of God, and he is the 4th leader of the fallen angels. Arakiel taught geomancy to the humans, but Kokabeel revealed to them the secrets of astrology. He's an old name in biblical lore, and is believed to be the one who taught the ancient Sumerians astronomy. However, nobody knows how that would be possible, given the timeline between the imprisonment of the Watchers and the rise of modern civilization. Many religious scholars believe Kokabeel may have been inspired by a much older deity whom the Sumerians associated with cosmic knowledge. Kokabeel is described in more detail than some of the other Watchers. He's depicted as an extraordinarily large human-like being, about as tall as the Empire State Building, which stands roughly 1,000 feet, 300 meters high. But unlike his fallen angel brethren, Kokabeel may have been asexual, with no reproductive organs and no face. However, he did have 6 black wings, just like God's seraphim. Various legends say that Kokabeel taught humans, gods, and even monsters about the stars and celestial bodies. He also showed humans how to use mathematics, chemistry, and physics to understand their evolution, as well as their origins. Some even say that his seemingly infinite knowledge of the cosmos made him go completely insane. Number 6. Penemu. The celestial being Penemu appears only in the Book of Enoch as one of God's fallen angels. However, his role in the destruction of humanity and the creation of the Nephilim is controversial. It's unclear whether he was truly an evil angel or if he was just a desperate savior of humanity. Some say Penemu didn't do any harm to humans because nowhere in the book does it say he murdered anyone or gave humans forbidden knowledge. Instead, he showed mankind the secret wisdom of reading and writing, potentially in hopes of inspiring them and leading them away from darkness. All it says in the Book of Enoch is that Penemu taught men the art of writing with ink and paper. However, it does go on to say that humans were not designed for such an art. Men were not originally created to understand reading or writing. Without the ability to create stories on paper, there was a small chance anyone would doubt God or sin. For this reason, the gift of writing is seen by some as an act of evil, making Penemu just as bad of a watcher as the rest of the fallen angels. Do you think Penemu teaching humans how to read and write did more harm than good? Number 5. Mastema. Mastema appears in the Book of Jubilees, first as a kind of executioner who works on God's behalf, and later as more of a demonic figure. Mastema's duty is to carry out punishments against humans who sin and deny God as the creator of all things. It's also Mastema's job to tempt humans to sin, thereby testing their faith. He basically holds something tantalizing in front of them to see if they'll take it, and then he punishes them if they do. Mastema appears in several other texts, and his personality is always a little different. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, he's described as the angel of disaster, the father of evil, and a flatterer of God. It's in these scrolls that we see Mastema give in to his own selfish temptations and separate himself from heaven. Later in the Book of Jubilees, long after Mastema fell from grace, he becomes the chief ruler of all of the Nephilim. Although he was not a Nephilim himself, he took command of their forces. Then, when God was ready to flood the world and get rid of the abominations created by his fallen angels, Mastema intervened. He begged God to allow him to keep at least 1/10 of the demons he had been commanding. However, God denied him the opportunity, but allowed Mastema to continue testing the strength of men. During the narrative with Abraham, Mastema is the one who suggests to God that he should ask him to sacrifice his own son. Number 4. Azazel. Azazel is a lot of things in religious texts. In the Christian and Islamic traditions, he's a fallen angel, but in Jewish lore, Azazel is the name of a desolate landscape. This is where the goat holding the sins of the Jews is sent during the first Yom Kippur. It wasn't until later that Azazel became a fallen angel in the Christian narrative and was demonized as the most evil angel of them all. He was supposedly the one responsible for human beings receiving some of the most tainted knowledge of the Watchers. The name Azazel appears in passing in the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Book of Giants, but it's in the Book of Enoch that we get the full story behind the angelic being. Like all the main Watchers, Azazel had secret wisdom that he wanted to bestow upon humanity. He was responsible for teaching them the secrets of witchcraft. Azazel showed human beings how to wield magic, which corrupted them down to their very souls. Warfare, astrology, geomancy, and the art of writing all played a part in corrupting humanity, but witchcraft was the worst of them all. Men and women were led to wickedness and impurity from which they could never return. Azazel was such a villain that he was given special treatment when God banished the Watchers into the valleys of the earth to wait for Judgment Day. Archangel Raphael bound Azazel by his hands and feet, chained him to the rock of Judael, and left him there in utter darkness to await the apocalypse. Supposedly on the day of reckoning, when the 7 seals are opened, Azazel will be released from his dark prison, only to be thrown into the fire and consumed forever. One passage that sums up Azazel really well comes from the book of Enoch. Chapter 10 verse 8 reads, "The whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. All sin is ascribed to him." Number 3. Bezalel. Bezalel is the 13th Watcher described in the book of Enoch. He's considered the angel of the shadows, sometimes referred to as the shadow of God. Most interpretations of Bezalel depict him as a kind of personified shadow, making him one of the most mysterious of all the evil angels. And because of his mystique, Bezalel was ordered by the leader of the Watchers, Samyaza, to observe all of creation and report any useful information back to him. Unfortunately, there isn't much else to say about Bezalel. Like so many minor demons, his name is very rarely mentioned in any ancient texts. He's so seemingly unimportant that many scholars have left him off the official list of the 20 most important Watchers. When theologian Robert Henry Charles translated the Book of Enoch in 1906, he didn't even mention the fallen angel. Number 2. Gadriel. One of the most despised fallen angels in the Book of Enoch is Gadriel. He taught humanity the art of using cosmetics, something that would have been a pretty big deal 4,000 years ago when the book was supposedly authored. Some have blamed Gadriel for bringing the knowledge of vanity into the world and how a person can change their face using cosmetics. Gadriel was also the fallen angel who showed humans how to use weapons and taught them how to wage war against one another. Like many of the other fallen angels, Gadriel had 12 black wings and was massive in size. He also had ageless beauty and looked like a smooth marble statue. His hair was bright blonde, almost golden, and his eyes shined an intense shade of red. The corrupted angel Gadriel was said to be the original guardian of the Garden of Eden, charged with keeping unwanted guests out before Archangel Uriel took over the position. Number 1. Shamziel. Shamziel is described as the 16th leader of the Watchers that followed Samyaza into darkness and betrayal. His name means son of God, and he was responsible for teaching men and the Nephilim the songs of the sun. He lived during the days of Enoch's father Jared and appears in a lot of religious texts and ancient legends. It's believed Shamziel may share mythological basis with Shamash, who was the Babylonian god of the sun. Many people aren't aware that a lot of pagan gods are based on some of the worst demons in the Bible. Gods worshipped by the Canaanites, the Babylonians, the Sumerians, and even the Egyptians were most likely some of these evil fallen angels. As a way for early Christians to discourage the worship of pagan deities, scholars believe they started turning them into demons. As the years went on, many old gods like Shamash lost their credibility and were demoted to minor entities in biblical tales. In the Zohar, the source of all Jewish mysticism known as Kabbalah, Shamziel is also an important character. He's described in the sacred Jewish text as the guardian of Eden during Adam and Eve's expulsion and a leader of 365 legions of angels. Because of the discrepancy between sources, nobody really knows if Shamziel was a fallen angel or a good angel. Like many religious figures, Shamziel is one thing in Christian mythology and something totally different in Jewish legends.
Stories. My uncle saw what he wanted to see.
Deckard sacrificed much to protect this world. But his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heavens strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will now answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother. Thus, I fell, willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
Now that Tristram is safe, I travel to Chaldeum, the great city of the East. It has fallen before one of the last lords of hell, Belial. I mean to set the city free.
Skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself,
broadcasting to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a global emergency. Important piece of information to follow.
Okay.
Want to go inside.
It's okay. Huh?
Want to go inside.
Okay, you go ahead.
Want to go by myself.
Kind of fun, isn't it?
No.
Well, it's the 4th of July.
No, it's not.
Oh, see. okay. You're fine.
He hid right behind our house.
Yeah, well, it's second hit there again. Okay, because lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
Are you okay?
Where's the thunder?
How did it stop? Is it over?
See that? Kid, of course I can.
You okay? What the hell was that?
Bogies are breaching the atmosphere from Finland down the North American seaboard.
Heavenly God, creator of heaven and earth, have mercy on my soul.
What's happening?
I can't tell you now. We've only got about another minute. Please.
Just keep it down. Ray, I'm standing right beside you. Can you please answer me?
Let's get in the front seat, Robbie.
Whose car is this? Whose car is this? Come on, guys. Hold on tight.
It's okay. You're gonna be okay.
You're okay, all right? Huh? You know what? We're gonna find your mom.
Where is she?
Ladies and gentlemen, you were woken from your beds and flown here in the dead of the night because somewhere in your past, you either volunteered for or were volunteered by your agency for a seat on the Near-Earth Object Emergency Response Task Force. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm General Brasser of the Army Space Program, and I have been appointed by the President to lead this task force in solving the crisis we face today. Put simply, an interplanetary dust storm seems to be headed our way. Dr. Chet, I assume you have a team tracking this.
Well, I've only recently been briefed on all of this. The information's been trickling in, but yes, we got word a few hours ago from one of our observatories in the meteor tracking network. Now, the data is still being verified, but there is the possibility now that comet has struck an asteroid, and if that's true, then the increased meteor activity we're experiencing is the debris from that initial collision.
How big can these rocks get?
Anything from a pebble to the size of a truck.
And the bad news?
The comet collision may have altered the parent asteroid's trajectory enough that it may be on its way to us, too.
Sir, we've got incoming.
What?
They're reading off the charts.
What the hell?
They're not Fallout. They're too big.
Then what are they?
I don't know. It could be another wave. I don't know where it's coming from. I got no data here.
Sir, I have incoming and it's huge.
General, get everything in the air down now.
Sir?
Is that?
Testifying at the first congressional hearing stopped.
Of necessity, where rebuilding infrastructure and providing basic needs will become paramount for decades.
Transmitting rate. Meteor impacts have caused destruction worldwide. We've been unable to reestablish communication with anyone outside of North America since our satellite feed went down. So all we're able to bring you are these images from last night.
NASA has confirmed impact with an estimated 20 hours until comet landfall. Again, the impact has been confirmed and will take place
Here in the U.S., casualty counts are still being compiled. Property damage has been estimated in the hundreds of millions. The president addressed the nation via shortwave radio, which is
on camera at this moment, but the city is mostly burning.
Governments continue to struggle to contain the social chaos.
Again, this live stream video that's gone viral. We have to warn you, these images are disturbing.
All of downtown is on fire, man. Oh, check it out. There's another one. Wait, is that coming towards us? Wait,
Yet another shocking image.
Sometimes they come down and they come out of nowhere. You know, there's no warning, and we're just trying to keep up. Yeah. And having in the back of our head that tomorrow it's all gonna be for nothing.
Finn. Imogene O'Neill on 2. Hey, how are you?
Well, I've been better.
Wait. I'm putting on the box.
The first half split in two. And the other half is bigger. Now, this shouldn't be happening, but I still think it's heading right for us.
That explains the meteor activity we're getting.
Wait, are you telling me there's another asteroid coming?
Yes.
Are you sure? Why didn't near-Earth radar pick that up yesterday?
Because the first half of it was shadowing the radar. Now, look, I'm running the asymmetrical trajectory algorithm.
Sir! I have a rock heading just south of California. Sir, there's a power plant.
That's a nuclear power station.
What are the chances?
No. I've never heard of a nuclear power station taking a direct hit from a meteor.
President to address the country right away, or we will have widespread panic. Thank you, man. Dr. Checkman, how about those coordinates?
You got it.
Got it. Perfect.
soon. Run! Run!
forecast calls for continued sunshine with a high of 83. We'll see a low of 53 as cloud cover moves in from the west and more sun on the way.
Los milagros son un regalo de Dios y deberíamos de recibirlos.
I have said to you, you are to possess their land, and I myself will give it to you to possess it. A land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord, your God, who has separated you from the peoples. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine run.
The vacant eyes and empty souls of the hollow creatures that dwell in the dark corners of all men's hearts. And in that darkness, he surrendered himself completely to power so evil and perverse. But as he emerged, no part of a human man survived. His eyes blazed like scarlet coals. He was stripped, cleansed, glabrous and smooth. Born a god.
It has begun.
Today, the UN described the dictator's offensive as, quote, extermination, captured in these pictures you're about to see.
I am growing stronger until I possess my full power. You will be my weapon.
To stay on the air for as long as possible. All we can say is what we've been repeating all morning. Get to any kind of underground shelter.
am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. The beginning and the end.
My lord, I had been expecting death to come.
There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain. I am making everything new. Yes, I am coming soon. May the grace of the Lord be with all God's people.
Amen.
Look at me, Jesus Bar Joseph. Why did the Phoenicians cut the hair of Samson?
Forgive me, Rabbi, but it was not the Phoenicians. It was the Philistines. And they cut his hair to make him weak.
Where is Elisha, who was taken up in the chariot?
It was Elijah who was taken up. Elijah is with the Lord.
Who resides in the Garden of Eden?
No one. There's no one in Eden.
There is no one in Eden writing this and all the deeds of the world down?
Men say it is Enoch, but Eden is empty. Until the Lord says all the world will be Eden again.
Why did the Lord break his covenant with King David?
The Lord does not break his covenants. The throne is there.
Where is the king?
He will come, and his house will last forever.
Will the carpenter build it?
Yes. There's always a carpenter. Even the Lord himself is a carpenter sometimes.
How is the Lord a carpenter? Tell me.
Didn't the Lord himself tell Noah how to build the ark? What kind of wood to use? And how it should be pitched? And wasn't it the Lord who granted the vision of the new temple to prophet Ezekiel with the dimensions of the galleries, the gates, the altar?
Yes, it was.
And when the Lord made the world, wasn't wisdom there like a master craftsman? If wisdom is not the Lord, What is wisdom?
This is a good child. I like this child.
Tehevun le'ereko, titsalon merada feko. Kaverti hen tehevun ahavin lokom. Matapdina.
What's going on?
You're seeing
my dog back. He went to the pump house. Somebody found him downstairs. I don't know where he is. Can somebody please come help me?
She's gone.
Time for the mortals to pay.
Remember who you serve!
I serve myself.
Hey, Sal, stop. Where are you going?
We need to see what's happening.
No, we don't. Can't you see all these people running from there? Come on, we need to go.
No, what if someone needs our help? No, what was that?
No, I don't want to find out, Sal. We gotta go now. Come on.
Whoa!
What the? Oh my God, what is that?
Yom Kippur, Judgment Day. It's not the skies that's opening up tonight.
It's the ground.
They're closing the gates. They're not letting anybody out of the city.
This morning, something obscured the moon. It disappeared from the radar systems. Parts of our satellite infrastructure have vanished.
Back in your car right now! Remain with your feet!
What the hell is going on?
Hi, is everything okay? I'm sorry, sir, but you need to get back to your car. Anybody hurt? A couple of injuries, but nothing serious.
Get down! Get away!
Our world is changing. The mass extinction we feared has already begun, and we are the cause. We are the infection.
Divide in the religious community. Several religious sects have condemned the extraterrestrials, while others see their arrival as God's divine intervention.